When an ASIN or an account gets suspended, usually you're routed to a generic seller support agent or even just a reviewer that's just pasting template after template after template. And it's going to waste valuable time. What you want to do is get in front of the right people as quickly as humanly possible in order to get your account back, right? So if we're looking at it, escalate with proof, right? So in order to get to the next level, if regular seller support can't help you, which most likely most of the time they can't, you need to be able to escalate and escalate properly and how to escalate, right? That way, if your listing's removed or if your account's removed, you can get it back. And this I want to be showcasing and it pretty much going through a listing getting reinstated, but it also goes hand in hand with an account, right? So the strongest source back path is account health. Identify the specific violation, appeal or dispute the affected record, and present root cause, corrective action, and prevention. So I know this is a lot, but the first thing we want to think about is who is reviewing our requests. And most of the time, it's going to be somebody that's over offshore, right? That doesn't speak English as their first language. So if you're using big words or you think they're going to be reading your whole appeal, you better think twice. It better be one page, short and sweet, if possible. But the first thing you need to do, the very first thing is you get on the phone as quickly as humanly possible with account health. You can usually call them right here as long as you're a professional seller, which I hope you are. So you can give them a call and then figure out what's wrong with the actual problem. Like what happened to the account? Is there anything else? Like what do you need to provide? Even though maybe you already think you know, there might be another document where you had no idea and it could have messed everything up if you didn't submit that document, right? The goal is to get reinstated the first appeal, if possible. If not, it most likely will take multiple appeals unless Amazon made the mistake, right? So if you were selling an item like this tuna right here, right, and Amazon takes it down, they might say, oh, we need proof that it's real or certificate of, you're like, that it's real, or what do you need? You provide them with a certificate of analysis. It's not enough, right? You get this special certificate of analysis. Denied. They're like, okay, what else do you want to know how it's real? Well, pretty much you need to make it idiot proof. So you would have your manufacturer or even your distributor write a letter, right? And you can type the letter for them and you can give it to your manufacturer distributor and say, look, can you sign and stamp this and, agree to this? And most likely they will if you've been ordering a lot. And bada bing, you get that, you hand that off to Amazon. That's an extra step, right? Even an affidavit that says you're telling the truth. So going above and beyond is the key here, providing Amazon with everything that they want. In order to get everything that they want, you're going to give them a call, right? So you're going to call them first and see what do they want. And you're just going to double down on that, right? If you can't get them what they want, that's when you're going to be doing exactly what I'm saying. You're getting them these extra letters, these affidavits, right? If you were in court of law, what can you do to convince the judge that you're telling the truth? What can you do to convince Amazon that you're telling the truth? And although Amazon might not reinstate you because they're somebody that doesn't even care, they're just denied, they're offshore. Who cares? They don't fully understand. At least if you did take them to court, you would win, right? You get your account back. So root cause clarity. So first you want to get that root cause. You want to know exactly what caused it. Then you want to get that prevention strength on how to make sure, how do you know it'll never happen again? How do you make sure it'll never happen again? Those two things you can 100% get yourself. The evidence is going to be difficult, right? But you're going to increase the evidence quality by providing more documents if you don't have the initial document that they're asking for. Now, if they're asking for a certificate analysis, it's time to get your big boy, big girl pants on and actually get one, right? Which should cost less than $2,000 depending on your item. But getting that at the end of the day and then submitting it, if it's still getting rejected and you call, they're like, hey, I have everything. And now they're asking for a letter from Pokemon. Like sometimes they ask for letters of Pokemon and Pokemon doesn't even provide their authorized dealerships letters. So you could say that. That's when you start emailing these big companies like the FDA. You start emailing Pokemon. You start emailing Nike, whatever you're selling, and you start going through and say, hey, is this a violation? Do I have everything? Like, for example, why are they shutting down this product, right? There's obviously one business company. Let's see, look, Mercury, maybe they shut it down because your mercury levels are too high. So what you can do is contact the FDA, get an analysis done, submit it to the FDA, or show them the analysis you already got done and say, look, is this below the FDA limit? Yes. Is this consumable by humans? Yes. You get those in writing and email, what you can do. Trust me, these people's FDA emails are like everywhere. and they want to help because nobody calls them. You take those screenshots, you give those to Amazon, and then you get reinstated. And that's what happened to one of our clients as well, is going above and beyond, but also escalating it at the same time, right? So no matter what you submit, sometimes you have to escalate it, or else the first person that's reviewing it, they're just not going to approve it. Right? I don't know. Pretty much they want the exact documents because they're following a template. But the other people, like if you get to the captive, the leadership, or even an upscaled leadership team, an SAS rep, they're able to help you get reinstated a lot faster, because when they're looking at the documents, they're considering everything, right? It doesn't have to be picture perfect. They just need to know it's authentic, and you're supplying everything that Amazon's asking for. This used to be a VP. Well, I believe it's still a VP at Amazon. You can't really use this email anymore. But what we did with a client, this was for an account that got shut down. We did short and sweet: escalation, Amazon suspension, dear Amazon sellers performance escalations team, we are writing to request your assistance in resolving the deactivation of the Seller Central account. I would kind of just very, very short, I would say 2 paragraphs max. But for this one, we just did 1 paragraph. Bullet points, did boom, boom, boom. You can check our seller account, merchant ID. Thank you so much. That way they have to go to our Seller Central account. Then they can see all the evidence. And then after 20 days of just waiting for them to reply, we knew they were reviewing it on the back end, and the account was randomly reinstated. So it's totally possible for it to happen. But of course, escalating internally, you can go also to the conference and go to the seller cafe. That's definitely recommended, because at the seller cafe, they do have the ability to help you get reinstated very quickly as well. And this time you're actually talking to them one-on-one. That's your time to get back up and running 100%. But that's it for today's video. If you learned something new, definitely drop a like. Escalation is very difficult. If you are doing it, make sure you keep those cases open. Don't let those cases close if possible. But if you do need help, links right down below. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO, signing out.